Bergs, there was bigger news. We had the acquisition of Figma from Adobe for $20 billion.
Just a lazy 20 billion, mate.
Holy
How
smokes,
crazy
mate.
is this?
Walk us through what happened. What's going on?
All right. For those that don't know, Figma it's an online collaboration tool for designers, right? We use it in our business and it just works. It is such a good tool. We use it for knocking up like UI, website stuff, and it is absolutely brilliant. So I'll do a bit of a quick history on Figma. They began, like the two guys when they were studying computer science, working on Figma in 2012. They had some years off the tools and then released version 1 in like 2016. And their mission is, I quite like this, they allow anyone to be creative by creating a free, simple, creative tools in browser, which is a key kind of differentiation point. And just before we get to the acquisition, but why is Figma awesome? And there's a couple of features that they absolutely nailed, and I just love diving into products and looking at this stuff. So the first one is, if you've ever done design like back in the day, you'd load up something like Illustrator, Photoshop, you'd work on it kind of locally, or you need to save files, you need to finalize them, you need to do all this stuff, have different versions. That's all bullshit. What they invented was this online tool, and it's got an infinite canvas. So you could just duplicate stuff, you can keep moving across, and it's just awesome. We do that with our website. So you got different versions, you can compare them side by side. Amazing. They focused heavily on interface designers. So they were like a really neglected area where you had tools like Balsamic and a few other ones where you're creating an interface for software and you don't need heaps of different tools that you kind of hack together. You could just use this one tool and make a beautiful interface and explain it to someone. Another amazing thing, 90% of their product is free. So you only have to pay if you're part of a team. So they made a great product and they worried about that monetization later. So that was really key. And if you're thinking about it, you want to attract people to that business. And this is kind of like a network product, a network effect. And you do that by making it free. You just send someone a link, bang, you can join.
Well, it's so easy, right?
Like when you guys sent me the Figma thing.
They must have done a lot of work like speaking.
Yeah,
to
exactly. You can
customers
just sign in with Google.
Seeing what like works and what problems people had. And like I remember they always just have pop-ups like asking for feedback and features and like releasing new stuff. Like they're really product customer driven, which is a real sort of takeaway. I mean, how long have they been around, Bergs?
Yeah, so it's from 2012, but 2016 they released V1. And just a couple of other reasons why they win though. But like that network effect. So think about it. You're a designer. You love Figma. You're in it. What are you going to do? You're going to pull in other designers. You just send them a link. You sign up with your Gmail. It's got OAuth. Bang. No friction. You're already collaborating within 2 minutes. You're already signed in your browser. It just works. Even other things like imagine I'm a consultant and I want to show you something. I have to jump on like a video conference. I have to screen share. I have to do all this crap. With Figma, you can literally just share your screen and you can follow along. You can see where their mouse is. You can talk on the phone while you're both following along on different computers. It's absolutely awesome. And then they got insane engineering. So they've given you like a full desktop experience in a browser without downloading any software or doing anything. That is just next level. Like you don't have any, wrappers or apps or whatever. Brilliant. And they release features at an insane pace. Like you're saying, you always get an email like, hey, tell us how we're doing better. Hey, we release these features. They're releasing them faster than you can actually learn them. So they were just so driven on this product and releasing new stuff to drive customer behavior to them. Absolutely beautiful. And one I like, it's extensible. So this is a really nerdy term, but this means you can build your own tools and share them. So let's say you want something within Figma and it's not there. You can build that tool and you can share it across the entire community. And if you want something nowadays, I'm telling you, that shit's already built. You can just go into Figma and you can use it. And really, it's the company you utilize nowadays. It's like, as soon as you have a startup, you use Figma. You don't have to wait, export, share, get feedback. You can get feedback in real time. Like we work with our designer Drevs. I'm like, bro, go and make this. He'll go and make it. And as he's designing it, I can just jump in at any time and start giving him feedback rather than him going too far and having to bring it back and us costing a lot of money. Beautiful, man. So it's an amazing product and it absolutely wins.
How much did they raise, Bergs?
And I'm going to go into their...
Yeah.
So let's go into their funding because I found this super interesting. So June 2013, they raised 3.8 million in seed funding. I think before this, they had like a Thiel fellowship. This is the same one that Vitalik got. And it was about 100 grand. Peter Thiel gives it to you. So 3.8 million in 2013. In 2015, they raised a $14 million Series A. In February 2018, they raised a $25 million Series B. In Feb 2019, so just a year later, they raised another $40 million in Series C. And then in April 2020, so just over a year later, they raised another $50 million in Series D. Jeez, mate. In June 2021, they raised $200 million in Series E funding round. And if you look at their revenue, it's just kind of like almost exponential. It's just going up and up as more people come in.
Yeah.
And they were valued at 2 billion in April 2020 and 10 billion by the end of May 2021.
That's insane
and
growth.
now we know they're valued at 20 billion.